YouTube, what is good? Today we have something very special. I hopped on a plane, I went to Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm back with some goodies. Boom. I have 3 boxes here. As you guys might know, these 3 boxes are pretty controversial right now when it comes to the sneaker market, as well as Nike, Memphis, the market, StockX, GOAT, all that stuff. Not gonna let you guys know how we obtain these pairs, but we have them here right now. So we're gonna just take a quick look at them and see what these stolen Air Jordans kind of look like. We're gonna start off here. This is the Air Jordan 6 Retro, black, metallic, silver, black. SKU number is DX2836001. As you can see right here, guys, we got this black and silver box similar to the DMP 2020 edition. Obviously that's black and gold, but this is black and silver. If you guys are into Jordans like me, you probably remember the Chrome 6 lows, which obviously originally came out, I would say in like what, 02 or 04, something around there, don't quote me, and then re-released I believe in like 2014, 2015. So obviously they're bringing it to a high top version and calling it the Air Jordan 6, I guess, Chrome. Not bad, not great. I feel like the DMP 6s never really sell, so I don't see these selling much better than the gold pair, even though obviously there's a lot of hype now, you know, these being technically stolen and everything that happened in Memphis, all these getting looted and stuff like that. So we're just going to take a look at them real quick. Nice, obviously the 23 silver on the back there, silver here. Quality is not the best. I feel like the suede might have been a little better on the black and gold pair, but then again, it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. So I'm not really sure when these are supposed to release, but I'm glad we were able to get a quick early look at them. Next up, we got a really cool box, I must say. This is kind of like a navy cement print going on here. What box is like this? I believe the Top 4 box is like this. The black military box is like this. I think that's it when it comes to 4 boxes. And here we have the Air Jordan 4 Retro White Midnight Navy. This is a size 8 men's. As you can see, we got the flight going across with this cement navy print, and look at that on the inside. We got that silverish on the inside of the box, and whew, I don't know what they're calling these, maybe the Midnight Navy Cement 4s, something like that. These are nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of these. As you can see here, we got the little red hint for the flight. Quality seems nice. Obviously, we would have loved to see the Nike Air, but I don't think they would put the Nike Air on this technically because Michael Jordan didn't wear it. I feel like they try to put the Nike Air on stuff that Michael Jordan actually wore. This being a re-retro and a redesign, they don't want to put the Nike Air on this. Definitely a cool sneaker. This is one of the pairs that I was actually trying to acquire in my size if the plug had it, because I wanted to rock these, being that, you know, they're early, they're extremely hard to acquire now, obviously with what's going on. But this is definitely a cool sneaker, definitely classic. Can't really go wrong with anything that's close to a white cement 4. Obviously the navy hits, but from far away I feel like, you know, it could go off as that black shade as well. So if you're anticipating this pair of Jordan 4s, I hope you're able to grab them when they come out. I hope we'll have some in stock when they come out, but right now we really don't have any in stock. Obviously we're kind of just doing this video to show you guys a quick look at some of these pairs, just in case you're interested in acquiring them in the future. So we're done with this pair and we're gonna go to the last pair. Definitely not the least pair, probably the craziest pair out of all 3 of these, just because of what it signifies in my eyes. Here we have the Air Jordan 11 Retro White Varsity Red Black. As you can see, it comes in that regular newer style Jordan 11 box, not the slide out. This is the same box that they do the 10s, same box that they do the 9s, and lately they've been doing the 11s in this box as well. So let's get right into it. This is the Air Jordan 11. I don't know what they're calling them, to be honest, but I call them Cherry Highs, Cherry 11 Highs, maybe the Mellow 11s. I feel like this is kind of one that when it was a PE, it was called the Mellow 11. But man, these things are crazy. With that being said, it's just because, again, 11s come out during Christmas time, around holiday season. This being an all red patent leather 11, high top. I mean, I see these going crazy during Christmas time. Obviously, everyone's going to want them with that holiday fit, and it's just a really cool pair. I mean, obviously, people don't really wear 11s like they used to. They're not comfortable. Times have changed. They're not as popular as they once were. You know, it's still Jordan 11. It's still all red 11, patent leather high. Pretty crazy pair right here, I have to say. It comes with the black, not paper, but whatever you want to call that, and it does come with that YDM stamp in there, as well as a QC stamp at the bottom. Obviously, I'm not sure on how the stickers will be placed on every box, but it is something that's good to note. Speaking of that, let's note the other boxes. So it looks like the 6s also do come with that YDM stamp in there. And when it comes to the 4s, let's see. So it looks like the 4s have no YDM. So if you find a 4 and has a YDM stamp, most likely it's not a shoe for you. It could be fake. It seems that the YDM stamp is only in the 11s and the 6s on these models. So that's something always to keep a close eye on, just because obviously sometimes the fakes won't come with the sticker if they're supposed to, or they will come with the sticker if they're not supposed to. These are really cool to see. I do think they're about 10 years too late, but it is what it is. Obviously Nike's going to continue to pump out stuff that they think is going to sell well, and I do think that these are going to sell really well. Not really sure what they're going to do, because obviously a lot of these pairs got looted and a lot of them aren't allowed on StockX and GOAT. In the comments, drop what you think they should do in this situation, what StockX should do, what GOAT should do, what Nike should do. I don't know how I feel about taking them off StockX and GOAT and all that stuff. You know, obviously I don't support any type of criminal activity, but at the same time, this one's a slippery slope. I mean, what if you legitimately had these early and didn't steal them, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people stole pairs? So that means that the pair that you bought legitimately early, you can't resell, or you can't try to trade or whatever, just because some people, you know, ruined it for everyone else. Those things do happen. So hopefully this all gets fixed. But I don't know. It's a slippery slope, obviously. It sucks that what happened. We spoke about these 3 pairs. I'm gonna quickly, you know, give them my ranking first to last, just off of that. Then we're gonna talk to Burrow and Evan to see what they think about them. 5-10 years ago, you'd have to take the 11s first, because look at them. I mean, candy red, high top, player exclusive, something that you never thought they'd actually put out. They put it out and it's available Christmas. The 6s, they're great and all, silver, black, and the 4s are great as well. Personally though, I would have to put as last the 6s, just being that, you know, the DMP 6s hold a special place in my heart because of how important they were to me coming up trying to get them, and then when they re-released, being able to get them and all that stuff. It's just too different for me. I think the Chrome 6 low is cool. This is a little much, so I'm gonna put these as 3rd. Here I'm gonna have to put the red 11s as 2nd place, because as cool as they are to look at and as much as I'd love to wear them all the time, I just feel like this was a sneaker I used to wear when I was in high school more. They're just not as comfortable. They're a little too flashy for me, and as cool as they are, I don't know, they're just very like My Player 2K vibes. So I'm gonna put those at number 2, and number 1 has to be these 4s, just being that I've been wearing a lot of 3s and 4s lately. I just love how they look beat up. I love how they look when the neck gets yellow, when the laces get dirty, when they get scuffed. They're just a really good looking sneaker, and this is very close to the White Cement 4, which of course is one of the top 10 sneakers of all time. I have to say this is probably the best out of the 3 in my personal opinion right now, and it's very cool to check them all out. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the review. Let's see what Burrow and Evan think about these 3 pairs.
What's going on, guys? Burrow, Evan.
What's up?
Here. Alright, so before we rank them, I guess we could talk a little bit about each shoe. Right off bat, I really like what A said about these. They are reminiscent of the White Cement 4s. They just don't have that Nike Air in the back. Like, if you don't have that White Cement 4 and you've been chasing for it, I guess this is like one of the best alternatives, because it has that cement print all over the lace cages and the midsole. So I guess like if you don't have the White Cement 4, this is like the next best thing. Jordan was talking about how he used to own these, I think it was like in high school or something like that, and just to see them in a high version, I really appreciate them more. The gold DMP is a classic, but I feel like, you know, in the long run, maybe like in a decade or so, these might also be a classic, just because of how they had made the higher version of these. And like the silver doesn't pop as much as the gold, but it's very subtle. So if you're just looking for that all black look with a little hit of silver, this is like a really good shoe for that. Quality wise, they feel sort of like the newer DMPs, so don't get your hopes up if you're seeing that they're going to be great quality, but overall I think they're a pretty clean sneaker. Last off, these Cherry 11 highs. I just remember in middle school I really wanted the lows at one point, but at the same time I was also more of a fan of the highs. So just to see them now 12 years later that they've finally made these in a high version is really cool. I appreciate the sneaker even more now, just because it reminds me of like middle school, high school. I really like these too because they pop a lot, so you know, with some light denim, these might go really well, especially on Christmas time. You know, this might be a really good Christmas shoe if they come out around that time. I just really like these because it reminds me of high school, and I remember I did see these. I always thought like, why wouldn't they make a high version? Even though the low version is a classic, I prefer the highs more, so can't go wrong with these whenever they come out. As far as I would rank them, I'm probably gonna go with these first just because they remind me of my middle school, high school years. I probably put these next just because it reminds me of a White Cement 4. And I do like the navy on it, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not too overpowering, you know, there's still a lot of white over it, but like the blue is very subtle, and like the red flight font on the tongue is always a nice touch. It actually would have been really crazy if they had the Nike Air and navy on the back. That would have been sick. Probably these second, and then these last on some like calm shit. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of my thing. Like, okay, so for these, I'm not the biggest fan of the DMPs. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big 6 person. So for these don't really speak to me too well. I'm not a big silver person. They're cool, don't get me wrong. For me, it's just not my bag. So I'd put these as my 3. For number 2, I'd probably put the Cherry 11s. These are a really good looking shoe. Like honestly, I would probably wear these if I wore 11s like a lot, but I don't really wear 11s like that. So these I'd probably put second because these are actually really nice. These I put number 1. With the Yankees fitted,
ooh,
you can't go wrong with these.
Damn,
like honestly,
the Yankees jersey.
Honestly, these will probably go crazy in New York because they got the fits there. They'll do something with these. So I probably put these my number 1. These with the Yankees fitted, you can't go wrong.
Think of that.
You can't go wrong. And then also it's basically a white cement 4. Like really, aside from the navy, which you know in the dark might come off as black, it might be a white cement for some people. I put these as my 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I really like what you said about the Yankees fitted.
This was the first thing I thought of. I was like, damn, let's go hard with the fitted. That's what I'm talking about.
Bam.
So, you know,
bam.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh. If y'all out there wearing Yankee fitteds
Yeah.
with these, y'all can thank Evan.
Yeah, it's a fit.
It's a
I'm telling
fit.
you. I'm telling you guys. These are really nice though. Like honestly, I might. I don't know.
Yo, they are an 8.
I don't know if I need these are an 8.
So that about wraps it up. Obviously, we took a look at the 3 pairs that are probably going to be dubbed the looted Memphis truck Nike bandwagon. Drove to Memphis, flew to Memphis, got them back home shoes. Drop in your comments what you guys think about what StockX is doing, what GOAT is doing, what Nike did, whatever, what pair you like, all that stuff. See you guys next time. Peace.